Hello boys and girls. I don't know if any of you recognise what that is, but it's an arbor that screws into a core, and it's driven by a big core drill that I have at work. And what my problem is, I have a job to do, not next week, the week after. Well, I've got a core, 6-inch hole through a stone wall that is, I believe it's just over 1 metre thick, or maybe nearly 1.5 meters. I made that extension a long time ago for another job, because what I also have in my van, I have an extension that came with it, with the drill and everything, which I suppose will be it must be nearly 0.5 metre. So with that 0.5 metre one and this, and bear in mind it's a 6-inch diameter core, and it's also about 6 inches long, so I think when all those are together, not this is, I've only got this here just to check what thread and that it was. I've got 2 pieces of bar. I've got one already in the lathe that I've faced off, and then I thought, oh, I better stop and just video this. So we're going to do 2 the same as this. Now, all I can say, when I made this one, I do remember when I was trying to drill a hole through the first time with the core drill, I was getting too much vibration because I hadn't got it perfectly true, you know, the male and the female thread. So I don't know what I'd done wrong, but anyway, that night when I came home, I put it in the lathe, but it's that long ago I can't remember what I did to it. But it does run dead on, that one does. So I've got a tap, because it will be easier to tap the inside of this than it will be messing around trying to screw cut the inside of it, I suppose. And I've got a die in this homemade die holder of mine. So we've got a tap and die to suit. So we're alright there. It is, all it is, it's 14 TPI and it's 14 BSP. British Standard Pipe thread. It's got 825 thou OD, and the thread depth is 45 thou. I don't know if you can see on my little drawing's not a strong point of mine, I must admit. So it's quite straightforward. The length of the thread on the end of this shaft here, it's only a 1/2 inch long to where it joins that angle that's been turned on it there. I've got no real way of measuring that, but holding my little angle finder, whatever you want to call it, up against it, I'm coming up with about 45 degrees, which is what I'm going to do. So on this, take that one out of the way. On this piece here then, we're going to have to turn it down to 825 thou, 1/2 inch in, and then we'll put this 45 degree chamfer on it. And then what I'll most probably do is I'll put a screw cutting tool in the lathe and cut the thread on the lathe to sort of near enough. Then I'll maybe finish it off with the die. I'll do it with the die because I don't want this to be, shall we say, a machinist thread that fits so well that I'll never get the bloody thing apart again if it gets the slightest bit of muck in it. So we'll do it with the tap and die. It'll be a bit of a loose thread compared to what you're used to if you've been cutting threads on your lathe before, but that's what the job calls for, so that's what we need. And how I think I'm going to do it, I think when this end's threaded, I shall thread the other end. Well, obviously I'll do the one that's in the lathe, we'll machine it and thread the end, and then we'll machine this end and thread the male end on this end. And then what I may do, I may chuck that up in the lathe, because I know this runs true, and screw the male part of this into there, so I know it's going to run true. I don't know, I haven't really thought about that yet. I can't remember what I did when I made that. I can't remember if I did it between centres or what. I know with that one, I don't know if the camera will show, but I did drill a hole all the way through that, because my big core drill, you can actually run water with it. But I'm not going to bother drilling a hole through these because it's a stone wall I'm going through, and I don't think we're going to need water. and if I do, you know, I can always drill them another time. So that's what we're going to do. So it's a core drill Arbor extensions. So we'll get on the lathe. Slight change of plan. I'm going to do this between centres because it needs to run dead true. So I wish I knew how I did it before. But what my plan is, I'm going to machine this down a bit, put the male thread on this end, do the other bar. Both my bits of bar are different lengths actually, but it's all I've got, so I can't really do a lot about it. And then when I've got both the male ends done, I think what I might do is chuck up the existing bar that I've got in the chuck, screw this one into it, put a steady on here, and then drill, bore and thread the other end. So we'll see how we go. So I'm going to take this down to 825, and this bar is 978. So 978 minus 825 equals 2 equals 76 thou. We want off it. Put it in gear. Oh, that'd be a bit better, wouldn't it? So we'll take 20 thou cuts. See how we go. Just stopping just a little short of the ½ inch mark. I'll bring that bit out when we get the last bit done. At least if we do it like this, it should run true. Like I say, on the core drill, it needs to, otherwise it will shake you to pieces when you're trying to use it. Right. This is just 10 thou. That'll take us into 70. So we should be pretty close at that. Quick measure, see where we get to. 838, so what's that? That's 10. 838. 6.5 thou off it. I don't think we're to a thou on this one. $8.25 we're looking for. Oh, we've gone a bit low there. 8.21. That'll be alright. Right, I'm just going to alter this carriage. Alright, I'll put a thread relief in here. We'll go in 50 thou. 50 thou should be plenty. 30-degree angle on that on here. I'll do that. Going to just readjust this compound. We should be good to go. Dials are zeroed out. I've marked the chuck because I'm turning this on a drive dog, so if I need to take it out for whatever reason I know where to put it back in. Change gears are set. All that's done. Let's just knock the speed down a bit. See what that looks like. A little scratch pass. Threads per inch, you know what we're after. That'll do, mate. Right. Going in 5-hour time on the compound. Didn't seem right there. C6, that's right, isn't it? Ah, I know why. It's because I've got the compound set at 30 degrees and it should be at 60. Right. So let me readjust this back in a minute. Right, if that balls up, we'll see if we can rescue it, shall we? Not touching yet. bit, haven't we? That's what happens when you're not paying attention. Why did I set the top side at 30 degrees? I should have set it at 60. I think we may just get that. I'll go on a little bit deeper. These are just spring passes now. Right, I'm going to finish that off with the die because, like I was saying before, I don't want this to be too tight, too good a fit. I want a bit of slop in it because there's no telling which part of all the other pieces, when it's all together, which one will go into which one. So the threads need to be of a fit so that it will screw into any of them. Male, females, will all should be interchangeable. The trouble when you're screw cutting a thread on the lathe, and I suppose we all do it, is that you can make a thread so good and fit so nicely that if it's a particular nut you're doing it for, chances are it'll only be that nut that'll ever fit it. In one of my other videos I made a collet chuck for this lathe, and the ER32 nut that I used as a test fit once I got it finished was off my collet on the milling machine. Of course I ordered a new ER32 nut, and when I went to put that on the collet holder that I'd made, it wouldn't fit because I threaded it that, you know, I made it such a nice fit that the nut I made it for is the only nut that'll go on it. So I don't want that to happen here. So anyway, we'll get this out and then we'll have a look. Right, we'll see if we can do this one without ballsing this one up, shall we? Everything should be set. Look, wrong way. See if we can get in a bit closer. Right, we'll see what happens now. Looking a bit more like a thread this time, isn't it? Right, now I'll save the other one. I run the die over it, it's still the die still cut a nice piece off it, so the threads actually look really good. See, that's getting a bit of movement in it, isn't it? That was at the same setting. Close that a little bit deeper. see it bouncing. That is because that's too thin a centre really. Take 1 or 2 spring passes at that and then I run the die over it. That's the one that we just did a few minutes ago. I run the die over it. Threads have actually come out alright. So that one's alright. So that's that end done. So I just have to think what I'm going to do now about doing the female end. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm sure we'll come up with a cunning plan of some description. Well, I've got it straight in the 3 jaw. And bear in mind that's a half thou dial, about 3/4 of a thou out. Well, I think that will do us. So we'll drill and bore this and then that'll be that one finished. Well, it won't. We'll drill and bore this one and then we'll get the other one in, do the same, and then get them on the mill, cut some slots on and then go to work with them. Looks to be running okay. Alright. Inch deep. The best drill in the world, but it's doing it without putting hardly any pressure on it as well. You just see a little black mark there on the drill maybe, I don't know. That's where I want it to be. Put that on out. Right, we'll get the boring bar set up. Well, you can see that. I've got a stop set on there. Well, not a stop, but that's the end of the drilled bore. If you can see my gauge down here, that's hitting 0 every time, so I know where to stop. I'll just do a little scratch on the inside. I'll call that 0. Call that 640. What we're looking for, 734. $47,000 we need, so we'll take it. We'll go out nice and steady to 40, and then see where we get to. Slow the feed down a little bit. That's taking 20 thou, and the feed's 4 thou a rev. I'm not in a mad rush for this. I'll bore this one. Got a cut of chamfer, 45-degree chamfer in the end of it. So it'll match up with the others, and then we'll internally thread it on the lathe so it looks like it's about there, and just like the other, like the male one, I will I'll finish it off with the tap. Taking that out there, okay. I'm just measuring this with the calipers. Normally when I was measuring these internal bores I'd use some of the little telescopic gauges, but for what this is it doesn't really matter that much. Measure. $7.17. $7.17. 8 thou, and then we should be. Like I say, I'm not too within a thou or two on this job. Near enough will be good enough, as they say. top slide to 45 now. We'll cut the chamfer in it before we start threading. Do it with that tool. Yeah, I don't see why not. Just wants to come more or less flush with the edge of it. One more tickle will do it, I think. Oops, too far. Another 10th there, I think. Yeah, that's looking alright. Right, we'll just get the threading bar up. I'll come back in a minute. Right, I think we're about ready. I can't really get you a better angle on that, to be honest, boys, but such is life. And we'll just go nice and steady at this. Cutting. It's just starting to now. We're getting some cuttings coming back, so we must be doing something. What I'm doing when it gets to the stop where I'm stopping it, sorry, let me rephrase that. When I get to the end and I'm stopping it, I'm letting it just turn a little bit, create its own little relief groove type thing. I'm trying to stop it on 0 as near as I can, but it's not that easy. A bit more snot through it. Boy. will go in at the same on that one. Take a spring pass. I'm just going to take a best look at the thread as I can until it looks like it's getting somewhere close. Missed that one, didn't I? And then I run the tap down. A lot of spring in it. Still a way to go yet though. Make the tap winding a lot easier and it'll go in square, won't it? I better have a look at that. I think we'll run the tap in that and see what it does. Not too bad. Lathe in low here, and then we'll give it a wind with the old nut fucker, is what we call them. Yeah, that's going in there alright. A bit awkward with the camera in the way, to be honest. still a bit of meat in it, huh? But then again, I'm not 100% sure about this tap, if I'm honest, because it was an eBay job and I don't know really how sharp it is. But the thing is, it's what we've got, so that's what we're going to use. Is it me, or does that look like that's on the piss? Oh, it's miles out. What the hell's happened there? Something's gone seriously wrong there, hasn't it? Does it look? Did it start off like that and I didn't see it? Something I missed there, isn't there? Or was it just me being ham-fisted? I think we might be on a losing battle here, boys. That's square now. Well, have we done too much damage? Only time will tell, won't it? I'm a bit pissed off at knacking it. Right, I'm going to take that out and I'll put it in the lathe and in the lathe, you donut. I'll put it in the vise and now that's going in. Seems to be going in square now, but yeah, right. I'll finish it off in the vise, I think. Right, well we got them done. I'm going to put these flats on there. Just touch off with this. Foul deep's all we need. Tap 30 and then If you're wondering how I'm going to turn it to make sure it's right the other side, and what my plan was to just put a piece of high-speed steel in there, a bit thinner. Something like, to compass that, I'm going to sit that on there, obviously from underneath, sit that little angle gauge on it and move it till it's level, lock it off and then cut a slot the other side. But the only thing I've just realised is I think the battery's gone in this. Yeah, I'll have to go to that and find some. I don't know whether you'll be able to see this, but I can find that slot under there. Set that on it. Well, you'll have to believe me when I say it was level a second ago. So, put a slot this side. Fairly tough stuff this, I don't know what sort of steel it is. Right, so I've got to put a couple more at the other end and do the other one, and then we'll be done. Right, I'll get the other end done. Okay, so we're done. So that's the one that we started with, the one I made a long time ago. It's alright actually. I remember I made 3 of them and I've cut the others up to do something else with. I won't be making that mistake again. And there's one of the ones that we've just done. So the only difference is that's got a hole straight through it, but I can always put a hole through this if I want to. So they fit about as you'd expect from when they've been threaded with a tap and chipping out. That one goes up, and there's the other one. You see when I was running the tap in there on the lathe and it wasn't going in square, I got it back, I was lucky. But when I did the other one, the other female end, I screw cut it a lot deeper. So there we go. So that's that done. That's the same thread and dimensions as that. I think I'm going to have to look for another tap on Flea Bay or somewhere. That's 1/2 inch BSP, that one I believe. Yeah, I mean it does do it, but it's seen better days, hasn't it? But anyway, that's how it goes. And the die, well the die seems alright to be fair. I don't think there's a lot wrong with it. But I don't like tapping stuff with biggish taps like these straight through, because I just haven't got any machinery or anything that's really big enough to hold them. I mean, you start winding them 1/2 inch and above in by themselves, unless it's a new tap, a sharp, real sharp one, you know, you're getting some pressure on there. So anyway, we shall be able to get core through the wall week after next. Well actually no, it's next week, so it's bank holiday Monday today. So we'll get the other piece on the core and then that'll do. So anyway, we'll see you again.